we are going to be looking at Driving Home for Christmas by Chris Rea. Now I was pretty surprised. I always heard this song when I was growing up and didn't really think too much about it, but it actually contains some really interesting chords that we are going to look at. So let's start off with the intro. Now this is actually played on keys, but we're just going to play it on guitar. So our first chord is A major 9. So what you do is place your first finger on the first fret of your G string, then place your second finger on the second fret of your D string, and you want to strum from the A string downwards. So don't worry too much about the major 9 aspect of this. All it really is an E major without our second finger. Okay, and just to make it a little bit easier, instead of keeping our third finger there like we would for an E major, we're going to put our second finger there on that second fret of the D. So strumming pattern for these chords, you can be quite flexible because there is no guitar, but we're going to try and go with the keyboard in the song. So we're going to go down up on this chord. Okay, so just down up like that. And then our second chord is just your standard A major chord. So for this transition, you want to take your first finger off, put your third finger down on the second fret G, and then little finger down onto the second fret of the B, and then it produces our A major chord. And on this A major chord, we're going to go down, down. So if we put the two chords together, down, up, down, down, and again, down, up, then change, down, down. And essentially we're going to do that change twice. So it'd be like this. I have taught this to students before, and you can go into your normal A major chord if you play it with your first, your second and your third finger. You can do that as well, just a little bit more of a change rather than just plonking our third and our little finger down. So let's move on now to the D major 7 chord. So for this, we're just going to take our A major shape with our 3 fingers, however you do it, and then just drop them down a string. And then if you strum from the D string downwards, it produces your D major 7 chord. Okay, and then on this chord, we're going to do down up again. And then we're going to play a D6 chord. So for the D6 chord, we're actually going to remove this third finger here and then strum from the D downwards. And it gives us a really nice sounding D6 chord. So on this D6 chord, we're going to do the down, down like we did on our A chord. For this D major 7 to D6 transition, it would be down, up, remove the third finger, down, and then down. Okay? And again, you do that transition twice. So let's do our A major 9 to A twice, then going into the D major 7 to D6 twice, like in the song. So the second part of this song is where it gets to, and it's been so long, we're going to be playing some bar chords. So we're going to be playing a C sharp minor 7 bar chord. So we got our first finger bar on the 4th fret of the A downwards. Then we're going to place our second finger on the 5th fret of our B string. And then to complete it, we're going to use our third finger on the 6th fret of the D string. And we're going to strum from the A downwards. And normally I just give it a single strum here. So it would be, and it's being. So you play that on the bean. And it's being. And then it will go so long, and we change to an F sharp minor 7. So for this, you want a full bar on your 2nd fret on all strings. And then our third finger is going to go on the 4th fret of the A string. And again, just one strum. Then we're going to be moving to a B minor 7 chord. So that shape is really just the same as our C sharp minor 7, but we're now on the 2nd fret with our bar. Then our 3rd fret B with a 2nd finger. And then the 4th fret D or with our 3rd finger. Okay, so our transition goes C sharp minor 7, so, and it's been so long, and then the B minor 7. Okay, once more. Really, really nice progression there. And then we finish it off with an E sus4. So for the E sus4, we're going to place our second finger on the second fret of the D, then our third finger on the second fret of our G, and we're going to strum all our strings there. So nice and easy. You could use your first two fingers too. So that transition is C sharp minor 7, F sharp minor 7, B minor 7, and then the E sus4. Okay, and it essentially repeats 3 times. So there is a bridge section that we're not really going to cover because there's a chromatic movement and then the keys just go off in a totally different universe essentially. There are some bends that you can hear in the song though, and we can cover that. So the first bend is going to be the 12th fret on your high E, and you want to bend that all the way up a full tone, so we want to get to the 14th fret high E. If you can, when you get up there, maybe add a little bit of vibrato. And then the second bend that you hear is going to be the 10th fret B. So there is actually a little debate between me and my students on whether there is a note before that bend. It's real quick, so it would be, and then the second bend. Give it a listen, let me know and drop a comment if you think there is a note beforehand, but those are definitely the bends in that bridge section. Comes back and then it'll just go back into the other sections that we had learned earlier in the guitar lesson. If you want a group guitar lesson with me each month, then click my Patreon link in the description box below and come join me to learn more songs. Hope you do have a good Christmas wherever you are and whatever you are doing.